Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a pretty big day for my car. With the new rims and tires that we put on that you guys saw a couple weeks ago, my tires have been rubbing extremely bad. We'll show a clip there. They've been chipping and just taking chunks out. So I'm gonna take a fender roller and roll my fenders, show you guys how to do it, teach you the ways of how to do it. I'm kind of learning a little bit. I've done it a couple times, but I'm still getting better at it as I go on. So practice makes perfect. So it's kind of an art. You just get better at it as you keep going. So I'll teach you guys the tricks that I've learned when I do it. And yeah. Alright guys, so I took the tire off. As you can see here, like, it's so chipped and it totally just wore off this whole side of all the tires. I actually one time had to literally like rip off a piece of rubber because it was just going against my fender the whole way that I was driving. Today we're just going to be rolling the two rear ones because the front's fine, they don't scrub at all. So let's get right into rolling them. Alright guys, so before you get rolling, you want to heat it to kind of try and save your paint. It shouldn't affect it, but just to play it safe, always make sure that you heat up your fender, just so that when it's bending and pinching, because all you're doing is pinching this little lip in towards, just that way it makes sure that the paint doesn't crack along here. So it's just better safe than sorry. So we're going to get into heating it, and then I'll show you the ways while I'm rolling. So this side's a lot more in than this side, so we're gonna just start and try and get this side done first, and then we'll go off to this side. So you want to set it up properly, just like every other fender roller. You gotta make sure that you set it up properly, make sure that the angle's what you want it, etc. And then you just slowly go, and there's gonna be pressure, but you just keep pushing. Alright guys, so we're going to get into priming it. Just regular automotive primer. I'm just going to prime this underside. As you can see in that time lapse, I masked everything off. We're just going to time lapse the priming and painting. But so this is the primer I'm using. I'm going to use the same Napa Auto Perfect Match paint that I got before for my spoiler. And then the same clear that I used in that video too. Same 3-step process. Hopefully this just stops it from rusting. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crown it, just to make sure that there's no rust in the future. Just really making sure that I protect my car, because I would never want to have to replace a fender or any body pieces or anything, just because I rolled my fenders. So I'm going to take the precautions that everyone should when rolling fenders. So just to remember, same 3-step process of painting my wing, then I'm going to crown it, and then I'll show you the after results. What's going on, guys? It's the next day after we rolled the fenders. The camera really cut out yesterday and we didn't really get any shots of actual rolling, so that kind of is a big bummer. But I'll show you what they look like now after they're rolled, and I'll show you what you have to do to take precautions after you roll, because rolling does have side effects. So I'll show you what it looks like now. They're all rolled, there's no more sharp lip, and it looks way better. It doesn't scrub at all. I drove about probably 50 kilometers yesterday and they didn't scrub one bit. But as you can see also, it chipped my paint a lot. And that's what happens when you roll fenders. It just happens every time that you roll. So what I'm gonna do, learning from past experiences, instead of just sanding it and clearing it, which I was gonna do originally, but the idea came to my head and I think this will work the best. Because if you just left it and had it chip, it could chip all the way up your side panel, and that would not be good at all, obviously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same 3 steps that we did when we painted my wing. I'm going to prime it, paint it, the color match, and then clear it. So I've already primed this section. So I'll time lapse the other fender, and I'll show you guys the before and after, and show you the finished product after it's done. Okay, so the fenders have been rolled. They really did help out with my situation, what was happening with how much offset I have. It's not taking chunks out of my tire anymore. It still does rub when I go over big enough bumps, and that still pains me, but it's not taking chunks out of my tires. It's more of a softer rub, if that makes sense. So it really did help out. Like I said, for you guys, maybe paint or prime and then paint and clear underneath, so then you don't have chipping go all the way up your fender, which would not be good because then rust and stuff. Like I said, it really helped out with the offset, and you could definitely do this with any offset you have. It will help out regardless of how much you have. You'll still rub, but it will help out with saving tires. Only con was on both fenders, there's now this little dent or whatever, warp if you want to call it that, on both sides. It's not that noticeable, but for me, since it's my car and I look at it every day, I do notice it. As you guys can see, I did peel off the plastic off my rims. I'm gonna get those powder coated in the future, so stay tuned for that. That'll be a video. But for now, the fender rolling really did help out. I still don't have to roll the front ones, which is good. Only the rears, and it really did help out. Hopefully you guys learned how to do it and learn the safety precautions for afterwards, so you can save your car's paint, etc. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Check out motorelement.com for sweet merchandise for car enthusiasts. Use code SBOYS for 15% off at checkout, and follow our Instagram at SBOYS_TV. And that's it for now. See you guys in the next vid.